All right. Let's crack it, Leah.
What's cracking, crack-a-lacking is what we say in the
I
team.
made up a new word.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Everything's been done under the sun, but go.
I made up a new word.
What?
Iophobic.
AI phobic?
There you
Said
go.
you said
Yeah,
Iophobic.
that's how you say it.
Okay. Oh, AI phobic, AI phobic. Yeah.
Yeah. I made up a new
My
word.
mom is AI phobic, like,
She's iophobic. Yeah.
yeah,
See?
Iophobic. Yeah. And
It's
she, for
okay.
good
It might
reason
take a while
though.
to catch
For
on,
good
but I
reason.
made up a new word. Iophobic.
Okay.
I have some iophobic tendencies. I don't want to tell them too much.
Yeah, I know your Iophobic tendencies. That's good. You should trademark that. Put it on t-shirts. Always thinking.
What you got on deck today?
So I thought that we would take the people to school, including you, because you didn't know about this government operation that I mentioned the other day, and
What's
I
that?
was shocked. It's MK Naomi. Now,
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
when we were talking about Lyme disease.
Hmm.
So I don't know. Do you happen to know by any chance what the MK stands for in these ops? Because that's the one thing I don't know.
Mind control.
But it's a K. Is that like
Yeah,
a
it
little
was
secret?
originated in Germany, right?
So yeah, they have
And they brought the
similar
Germans.
words but different. It's so weird seeing their words. Okay. So
I
my
think, that's my understanding,
yeah, I
but I
don't
could be
know. I thought it was what I read at one point, but I can't verify this. It was named after the doctor, some doctor who started all these um ops. I'm not sure. But so MK Ultra is different. That is mind control. MK Naomi, however, is bio warfare. But well, we'll get into it. So I wanted to play a brief clip from the GOAT, William Cooper, Behold a Pale Horse. If we're talking conspiracies, it starts with him.
okay.
He's the
Play it, play it, play it.
I'm going to calm
You
down.
love to give them intros. You be giving them intros. I'll be like, play it, play it. Now, this one was filmed in the Himalayas during a slush storm. Now, this is interesting because the focus on the camera, you can see
I
the
am
slush.
ignoring you. This is me ignoring you. That is what I am doing. Oh, wait, I'll do this one. Nope.
Yeah.
This,
Now, side note, real quick, while you're looking that up, Bill Cooper did not like Alex Jones.
hmm, that's interesting.
Did
I'm
not
not a
like
big
him at
fan of him
all. Thought
currently right
Alex
now.
was possibly, one of them double agent types. Just, FYI, in
I
case
mean,
you
the
didn't.
dude is a character, I gotta say, but yeah, I hear
Yeah,
you.
just in case you didn't know, he was not an Alex Jones fan at all. Moving right along.
Moving right along. This clip is special because it's a friend of yours at the end. Let's see.
And AIDS is really going through those populations. And it's really doing a number.
That
Blacks, Hispanics, and homosexuals.
That theory has made news. I've heard that before, and,
Well,
and
this
it's
is
been
the
debunked
theory.
very clear by the public saying, "Oh, that's ridiculous." But you're saying that
Well,
that may indeed be the case.
it's not ridiculous. I actually saw this in documents, and the project name was Project Naomi. MK Naomi was the name of it. It was a CIA project. The AIDS, whatever causes AIDS, whatever that turns out to be, according to those documents, was developed at Fort Detrick, Maryland, under a CIA project called MK Naomi. It was financed by $10 million for the Department of the Army's biological warfare programs. It was carried out, supervised by the CIA, carried out by scientists who work for the Special Operations Division of the Department of Defense. Um, and it's doing its job.
I'll get to in some of the latest slides how this disease, which we surmised early on, started off in the male homosexual population in this country. Not that there was anything intrinsically different or wrong or what have you about homosexuality. It was very simple. It's straightforward epidemiology. You take an infectious agent and you introduce it into a population in which the spread among those individuals, if it's sexual contact spread, it's a perfect setup to spread. In any event, what we had was a concentration of cases, as you'll see here, in the New York metropolitan area, New York City and New Jersey, and in Los Angeles. Take an infectious agent and you introduce it into a population. You take an infectious agent and you introduce it into a population. You take an infectious agent and you introduce
So yeah.
into a population.
So that's nice. We know that dude.
They've got
Yeah, he didn't say a lot about Project Naomi though.
Well,
And
he did at the beginning. Yeah, he said
yeah, he didn't say a lot about it, is
T-shirt.
what I said.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm telling. That's what I wanted to say too, is that a lot of this stuff is, go ahead. Mhm. Go ahead. I thought you
I'm
were done,
listening.
obviously.
Well, no, all I was gonna say was that he didn't say a lot about Project Naomi itself.
Hmm.
And also, I don't know if I said this last time, but I don't believe the acronym that you gave me is any, I think it's something that somebody made up.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
I have a lot of
What was the acronym you gave me?
Negroes are only momentary individuals, and I'll tell you this,
Yeah.
that the homosexual, okay, there's a doctor named Dr. Graves. Damn, I'm gonna get his name right. Boyd, is it Boyd? Oh, I'll get it. I have it on one of the documents. But he said that and this guy is, when I tell you he has receipts for days. He went into this Project Naomi like nobody else. Nobody, it's kind of the nature of it in Africa and Black people and all the things in Haiti and who it spread amongst, that made it like people aren't very interested in it at the end of the
Okay, I
day.
have no idea what you just said. You just said a whole lot of uhs and ends and like
He's
what do
like
you
the only
okay,
one. He's not
okay,
like,
so there's a doctor that studied this, is
yeah,
what you're
he's not
saying.
a doctor of
And he's
medicine.
got a
He's
but he's there's somebody that studied this and he's got a lot of receipts. But
yes.
then you jump to Africa and I don't know how you
I'm
did
saying
that.
that because of where AIDS spread, it was rampant in Africa and Haiti and a lot of places where people had brown skin. So the nature of that is what caused people to be a little less interested in it, as they would be interested in, say, finding out what caused COVID or,
So you're saying that, yeah, well, basically, also, it was someplace else and it wasn't here.
I mean, it was here though, but it was amongst the undesirables, quote unquote.
No, okay, I'm not following what you're trying to say here.
AIDS was here in the States too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm lost. Okay,
Well,
yeah,
I
I'm
wasn't
lost.
done saying. What I was saying is that people were less interested in researching the origin of AIDS because of what I just mentioned. But Dr.
You
Gray,
said because they're brown skin, but also because they weren't here. Like it wasn't in our face. When
I'd
it got in our
argue,
face,
yeah.
that's when they started doing stuff about it.
Well, yeah, so that was the thing. So this doctor mentions that the reason why it was introduced to the white homosexual male is because these were test phases, and the white homosexual male tended to have an address and have like things that they could trace, whereas the Black people were less stable, and it would have been harder to actually track. So this is what happened. And I'll pull up the statement, the full statement from our friend I'm sorry, William Cooper. Give me a second. Right here. Oh, it's a different document. Shoot. Don't do this to me. I hate it. Okay, so it's Dr. Boyd E. Graves. So I don't disrespect his name, because he coincidentally died of AIDS. Very, very straight man, by the way. And he took the government to court. And he explained a whole bunch of stuff. And since I can't find that document right now, I'm going to give you the Africa story right here, right now. And here you go. Like to hear it? You got it.
You mentioned actively spreading AIDS?
There was a unit in from SIMA that one of the things was that we went into African countries.
And how was that done exactly?
Through inoculation.
Through vaccines?
Yeah, through vaccines. Pretending to inoculate people and type of thing.
The idea being to kill black people?
Yeah, to eradicate black people. It was the quick, non-militaristic approach to eliminate black people. He had the one in Turquoise, he had the one in Alex.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, there was on the West Strand. So, and these were research facilities for them to inject people with a solution to see that they prevented AIDS in it. In the meantime, they were injecting people with AIDS.
Financed by whom?
Financed by foreign governments.
Jag har ju tittat på den här partikelvärlden i 50 år och då får man ju någon slags uppfattning, i alla fall invärtes, att det här har med sjukdom att göra. Och när jag då ser det här i vaccin.
I'm not going to play that part because it's not in English. But so yeah, there's that.
Okay, so who was that talking?
That was okay, so I've seen him, he was caught on camera inadvertently for a documentary about a different topic that was also nefarious. But so he was sent by, it's actually, he said foreign governments, but it's the World Health Organization. So it's like, you know, it's the World Health Organization. So it is foreign governments, but I guess people pulled their money together to eradicate the Negroes. But he was sent out, and there was groups of people who went out to Africa. But the U.S., incidentally, is the only ones who sent the smallpox vaccine to Africa. So that's what I was told that I've learned that it was put into the smallpox vaccine. So that being said, he was in these groups. They were just like do-gooders. What are they called? Volunteers for missionary groups going and inoculating like they do now. You know, they still do that. They go to Africa to help. So that was his role. And oh, sorry, I thought I stopped. Yeah. So that was his role. And he explains in more detail on the documentary, but I don't have a clip from that. And like I said, this stuff is very hidden now. It's you can't even find like shorts or anything on it, and they're just changing the narrative a bit.
So you say that Project Naomi stands for Negroes are only momentary individuals?
Yeah, the name, the more prevalent name is Project Kill All Niggers, is what it's like the name that you would find more often, or I would find more often online when researching. But the one that is the acronym.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that they would be looking for genetically specific viruses and want to target specific people and specific populations of all phenotypes. And I do believe that there is some sort of, I'm not even sure what to call it, but some sort of thumb on the scale, I'll say, that sort of keeps Black people in a certain sort of, I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, because I don't feel that, we're being held down necessarily in the pejorative sense, in the way that most people talk about it. But, there are things that, like, we don't have our history or lineage to a land, and stories about us being the real Jews and things like of that nature. There seems to be a thumb on the scale that's not in our favor. So I'll say it like that. At the same time, I don't know. It's hard for me to imagine that they would actually name their projects these names. I just,
I
I
hear
think
how
they
you.
could, yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of names for a lot of things, and I've never seen any of them really racialized like that. Like, Project Fishbowl or Project Popeye or Operation Paperclip. Like, they all sort of make sense for what they're doing, and they're not so overtly racist, which makes me tend to believe that, somebody caught it on a Reddit board or something and added what they do or something like that. But again, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm being naive, I don't know.
It could be, but yeah, and you're right. I mean, it could have got renamed that by people that were involved in the ops, and they were just racist.
Yeah,
I really did want to find so to what you're saying about the thumb on the neck of
on the
black
scale.
people on the scale. The interview that I would have loved to play is too long to play on a show like this, but it is between Dr. Graves and a pastor who's not your typical pastor. He's very self-aware and globally aware of and governmentally aware. And the interview is golden. When I say like they go through
Okay,
everything.
but you don't have any clips
I
for me?
I don't, but I
Yeah,
wanted
no,
to
that's
recommend
fine.
it. No, hold on. I wanted to
Okay,
recommend
do you have
it.
a okay, do you have a link?
I
I'll
want
leave in
to,
the description.
I do have a link and we can put it in whatever. But he speaks to that very eloquently and with receipts. So
No,
yeah.
it's not really apprehension. Just real quick.
Yo,
I just learned a couple things about the MK and the Naomi thing, and I'm just gonna share it with you
it's
real quick
wrong.
before we
I
move
bet you.
on. You
I
betcha.
bet you
Well,
anything.
you don't know exactly what I looked
Well,
up, but
I
so.
mean, okay.
And
I'm
it's just a little quick thing because I feel like we started off talking about Project Naomi, but we didn't exactly explain it and
which
everything.
is why I wanted to
And I
play
didn't
this clip.
exactly have the words, so I did a little grok thing, and it just take a second. All right.
Oh,
Now listen. Project Naomi was a covert joint operation between the CIA and the U.S. Department of Defense, running from the 50s to the 70s, focused on biological and chemical warfare research. It is often described as a successor to MK Ultra, shifting
mhm.
emphasis from mind control to developing lethal and incapacitating biological agents and delivery systems. The program's primary goal was to create a robust arsenal of materials for the CIA's Technical Services Division to support top secret operations. Key activities included development of biological agents, delivery systems, and secrecy and compartmentalization. Right? They
Okay.
never scrap programs, so I'm not going to read the last part. But here, why is it called Naomi? The MK Naomi likely derives from the CIA's
Like
naming conventions for covert projects, where MK denotes the Technical Services Division, TSD, responsible for technical and scientific operations. The Naomi part is less clear, but is believed to be an acronym or code word chosen for security or obfuscation, possibly standing for Negroes, Asians, Orientals, Mexicans, and Indians to reflect targeted biological research, though this is speculative and unconfirmed. Now, see, me personally, that makes more. I would believe this like more likely than the Negroes are momentary individuals.
Okay,
Uh,
but Asians, Orientals, what's the difference there? Number one, number two, they were the fewest.
where is
They,
Russia?
huh?
Where is Russia?
I
Is
didn't
there
say
Russia
Russia.
in Asia?
Oh, Oriental in
Aren't
Asia,
there? Yeah, yeah. Aren't
in
there a lot
Asia.
of Asians that are not
What is
Chinese,
you'd have to
Japanese?
look up the stats of AIDS in Asia and
No, we're not
the
talking about
Orient.
stats. We're just talking
But I'm
about
saying they
what the
don't usually
Naomi stood
fail.
for,
They don't usually
potentially.
fail. What I'm saying is that this is what I want to tell you is that this is straight out of Wikipedia, what Grok just gave you. And
Okay.
since I've
Yeah, we know it's grok. We just take it for a grain of salt, but we're just giving some foundation here. That's
not
all.
for a grain
And
of salt.
this is like I said, this makes more sense to me than what you said, but I don't know nothing. I'm not saying
I
that
mean,
this is
it
the
would
truth.
if it were if they had actually been
Does
targeted.
the
So
MK stand for mind control? I don't know why you're arguing. I'm just reading a little
I'm not
basic
arguing. I'm getting
information.
upset.
I know. Like, this is basic
The reason
information.
what can I explain my
Let me
anguish?
just get through the
Okay,
most basic
fine.
shit, and then we'll get back into what you're talking about.
I'm gonna do the Wikipedia thing,
Does
y'all.
the MK stand for mind control? No, the MK in MK Naomi does not stand for mind control. It is a prefix used by the CIA to denote products under the Technical Services Division, later known as Technical Services Staff, TSS, which handled scientific and technical operations. The MK is a bureaucratic designation, possibly derived from internal coding or shorthand, not an acronym for mind control. So what I had about that was wrong too.
Maybe. I mean, Grok is Grok. Grok is a
Well,
trip, and we know that AIs lie. But I mean,
but you have some discernment, it makes more sense that it would be a designation. That's why there's MK Naomi and MK Ultra and MK, right? That makes more sense that it's a
yeah. Then
designation
yeah, I get
for
that.
mind
I didn't. I
control.
have no idea. I didn't think one way. You taught me the mind control thing, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But you see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that I never go on Grok for like the definitive answers, but
Oh, I
we just
know.
need a
It's the same
show
reason. Yeah.
to understand the framework in which to view
Mhm.
Naomi. That's all.
Especially the official party line too, because I often go on Wikipedia. I read Wikipedia in my spare time because it does give you the skeleton and also what they want us, the stories they want us to know.
Yeah.
And I find that to be as valuable as the real story. Um, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play Dr. Boyd. The only reason why I'm giving any preface at all is because we're not picking it up at the beginning. And so I believe he's going to pick up where what he found was a program that was covert, and the guise was that it was a cancer program, or I forget, he'll tell you, but he found a flow chart that showed every step of the way what led him to his ultimate conclusion and to him suing the government. Case was dropped, he died. Um, Whatever that means. So, to anyone with
Yes,
discernment,
and a lot of
it
people that just
happens.
die,
Yeah, they
it
just
happens a whole
die.
lot.
Stop living. Okay, so here we go. Right here. Oh, and yeah, it was done in the 80s, so the outfits and the, you know.
Coordinated with 15 years of progress reports and experiments, and they total to about this high off the ground, the progress reports. Each one is some
You can
400
hit full
pages
screen,
apiece,
can't you?
and they detail every experiment and every contract
Did it-
as it relates
did
to
it go
the
full screen?
coordinated effort to
Gotta
the
make it.
flowchart document where that experiment and that contract fits into play. So we have found the experiments of this federal program, the U.S. Special Virus Program.
People in America today are extremely frightened because of the anthrax scare. Well, actually, it's taken a lot of lives now, I think over 11. So what you're saying is that these diseases have their origin through a government implementation, that what you were explaining earlier, that is involved. In terms of the motives, when you talk about the government's involvement in this special virus program enacted on the darker people, you spoke about the involvement of the government and particularly the Bush family who owns some of this, the pharmaceuticals.
You heard what he said?
Well,
Bush family.
yes, there have always been players behind the scene.
Mm-hmm.
There has always been a
What the hell? Oh.
power behind the throne. And we see this most graphically here in the United States as it relates to a little known but yet seemingly world powerful group called the Illuminati.
Mm-hmm.
The Illuminati has been behind the power of American politics and governments since the beginning of this country. They indeed have this plan of eradication of the black race. And they indeed are hell-bent on eradicating the black race from the planet face of the earth. We see this now as it relates to HIV and AIDS, in the sense that 70% of the deaths relative to HIV and AIDS are in the black community. And there's a reason for that. This AIDS virus has been particularly designed to seek out an affinity in the blood of the black population, a deficiency. In fact, we have a scientific paper to that effect, that stating from the Vanderbilt University, and I can hold that here now for you. It is the OKT4 epitope deficiency in the black population. What this paper, scientific paper, revealed that, and let's put it in layman's terms, if there were 10 blood samples on the table, our government can determine which of those are black and which of those are white. And what they found in the black blood was a deficiency in the OKT4 epitope as it relates to the black population. That deficiency is the central thing the HIV enzyme seeks out. HIV enzyme has an affinity towards this deficiency in the blood of the black population. This virus has been designed for the sole purposes of eradicating the black race and achieving the goals of a eugenics system. And the word eugenics is basically racism, intellectual racism that has permeated our country since the turn of the 20th century. Indeed, they are hell-bent on eradicating the black race from the planet of the earth The scientific documents support that. Unfortunately, the epidemiology and the deaths of Africans and African Americans prove it.
Why? Yeah, why would, have you found out some of the reasoning behind this insanity?
Well,
They're at a
some
church.
of the reasoning is as it relates to this point. They felt that African and African Americans were so much more sexually active in their procreation abilities that if they didn't devise a scheme, that there would be fear of a black planet. In essence, that is the reason why they have sought in a hell-bent fashion to eradicate the black race. Fear of a black planet. They recognize that from a genealogical standpoint, from a physiological standpoint, that the Caucasian race cannot procreate at a rate.
I'm just going to ask your opinion on that right there, the procreation part, and because
Well, he's losing me in a couple of different places here. He's making a lot of assumptions, but what he's just saying here, the erratic, like fear of a black planet, that's he lost me that.
I mean, I see it all the time, like how the great replacement theory and all this stuff, and the fact that they're like so scared about the population, the
You didn't
numbers.
let me finish what I was
Okay,
saying.
go ahead.
I don't like when your sentences start in the middle of mine.
It's called interjection. It's called bouncing back and forth, but whatevs.
Anyway, it already is a black planet. Period. It already is. Fear of a black planet makes no sense when it's literally what it already is.
Do you want to know? I mean, I understand what he's saying. Because, I mean, it's in the Club of Rome documents. It's in,
We know scientifically that white people didn't even show up till like 10,000 years ago.
Yeah, I know. But also black
So-
black is a term that's not just used for, color, indigenous. Of course, all the lands were black. Of course they were. Of course, everybody had, it was melanated and brown skinned. But
Right. So I'm
specifically,
saying that if white people showed up 10,000 years ago, their um, reasoning for wanting to kill all the black people wouldn't be fear of a black planet because they were born into a black planet.
that's my point, is that it's not necessarily being used for the skin color as it is the skin color and a certain attributes. Okay, so in Africa, that they want that land so bad. They want the Congo is the richest, in resource and rare earth and minerals and stuff in the entire world. And so they've never been able to actually just take that place. So eradicating the people there would allow them to have that place. For America,
I get it,
Black
but I
Americans,
disagree that they wouldn't be able to take over that place if they wanted to. Look at what Israel's
I
doing.
mean, they've been unsuccessful so far, and they really want
But
it.
I don't think that's really been their goal.
Okay.
I
Yeah, we'll
don't,
see.
yeah,
I
I
mean, the
don't believe
Berlin
they're going
Conference
to.
begs to differ.
Okay. I don't believe that oftentimes, I believe that oftentimes stated goals hide the true goals.
Understood.
Okay. So I don't think the goal was to take over Africa like that, probably because it would be unrealistic due to just numbers alone.
You're talking about the
I
Berlin
think the
Conference, or you're
goal,
talking about?
no, I'm talking about like, the goal of like they wanted Africa, they could take it, of course, but they literally wouldn't even have enough people to like, there's not enough people. Africa's huge. Africa's massive.
They don't care about the space as much as they care about what the
What I'm
space holds.
saying is that it's not that they couldn't take it if they wanted to, they could, but what would they do with it? Like they couldn't do nothing with
I
it.
don't know if they
Better
could.
to
Honestly,
have better to have
if you
a
read in
bunch of
the,
niggas living there. You don't gotta pay them shit, and they digging in mines and getting your precious minerals and shit. If they wanted to take it over, they could. They want it like it is.
they've tried, but I
I
disagree,
don't believe
because I
they
look at what
tried.
King Leopold did
Not even for a
there.
second. Because every land that we
Well,
have
listen,
today basically was conquered. Like they took this land. They literally
exactly.
took
So
this land. So why couldn't they take that one?
well, because we had a lot of
That's not the
traders in the midst,
goal.
I think is why
Because
they
it's
were
not
able
the
to take this land,
goal.
and they
That
needed
was
it to
never the
build a story.
goal.
I don't know. I beg to differ, specifically because
They get what they want.
um
Think about Agenda 2030.
I mean,
was
they are. They're
supposed to
getting
be
a
Agenda
lot of what
20,
they want.
right, it was supposed to be Agenda 2020, which was supposed to be Agenda 20, right? But they just keep moving the end point,
But
but
the
the goal is the
predecessor for
same.
both of those things was Global 2000, and that was the depopulation of third world countries, specifically Africa.
Right.
Okay. And in Africa, like Ebola, the way, okay, there was war, the way they divided it in the wars and they watched people die. I mean, they talk about it more in this interview too. But I read a document one time. They've never been able to actually penetrate the Congo. That's like to actually go in. They haven't. They have not. Like all the exterior, but the interior Africa, the dark, what do they call it? Of the dark continent, they haven't been able to.
Okay, but I'm not sure,
But
I've lost the
disease.
point. I've lost the plot.
Well, the point you were making is that they don't want to take over Africa. The point I
Yeah, I
was,
don't think that the higher ups at that level look at race the same way that we do. I think that they keep us looking at race that way.
well, yeah, but that
I think it's a
doing
really
that
kind of a
makes it
small way
real
to
to
look
some
at it.
extent. I mean,
I
you
just
can
think it's a small
also,
way to look at it. Like personally, like these people are not really worried about race like that.
well,
They're worried
resources.
about, well, not even, no, they own all the land. They own all
They
the
don't have
banks. They
all the
own all the
resources of
fucking money.
Africa. They don't. And
No,
that's
they
the
don't.
thing. Okay, let me just say this. Let me say this. What I was going to say before, like when I hear about the great replacement theory and, white people, and let me just use Elon Musk as an example, when he goes on his little Twitter or X rampage about how the white race is disappearing, how the birth numbers are low and all of this stuff. And everybody's sharing all of these stats. I don't know if you get them, but I get them all over the place about
Yeah,
the white people. Yeah. Going,
it's
they're
true. Europe is collapsing.
Yet and still, they're going to Africa and they're handing out birth control, sterilization. They're putting the abortion hormones into the vaccines. They're trying so hard to stop all the births in Africa. Why are they so worried about that? Why? They don't care about the
You
people.
are acting like abortion is not the biggest thing for the Democrats in America.
Absolutely. And
It's
and
not
where
just
are the
Africa.
abortions? Who has the most abortions? And where are the
Black people
abortion
have the
clinics?
most abortions. Yes, I know. I
Right.
understand
So
that.
that is all part of the same plan. It's all part of the same plan. Like that doesn't, they don't want,
They don't want black people having babies.
they don't want black people having babies. Hell no.
Yes, I get that.
Why in Africa? If they
But
don't want
that's
the
an
land, then why
entirely
do they
different
give a
thing
fuck?
than what we were talking about.
What'd you say?
But it's entirely different from what we're talking
Well,
about.
that's because the AIDS thing didn't work. There's children being born in Africa that are immune to AIDS. Like that it didn't work. They've tried everything to eradicate black people, and if you don't see it, then you and I just will differ there. I'm not going to
Yeah,
prove it.
we'll
I have no
differ
reason to
there.
prove because they have killed. They have tried to in every. I mean,
We'll differ there. I mean, like there would be like
Hmm.
it would be like what's that movie with Will Smith, I Am Legend? If they actually got rid of all the people with melanin in their skin, there'd be nobody left.
I hear you.
So like I don't think that's what they want to do.
Well, let me.
I think they like to keep the niggas working in the fields, keep the slaves.
Niggas stopped working though. They stopped.
They
They
like having
stopped
their
working.
little
They were like, we don't want to do this shit anymore. I mean, that stopped a long time ago.
what's
And
that?
that now, huh?
What do you
They
mean
know
it
niggas
stopped?
in the fields. Like, come on. Like, that's
What are
not a
you
thing.
talking about? They're all over the place.
In the
Okay,
field,
listen. Okay, listen. Okay.
mm,
I say niggas in the field as a
football field.
euphemism.
Yeah.
No, I say niggas in the field as a euphemism for slave labor. I'm not saying specifically niggas in the southern fields. I'm saying that what they're doing in these mineral mines in Africa is the same damn thing.
Okay. I mean, I hear that. I mean, yeah, I hear what you're saying. They definitely have them working there because they couldn't eradicate them, I believe. But King Leopold, the lesser
Why
known
would you
Holocaust,
eradicate
hold
them
on.
and do the work yourself when you could
No, I
keep
mean
them
they're
there?
gonna automate shit. It's gonna be robots at this point. Like they're
Right.
gonna go.
So at that point, it might
Like
make
that's
sense,
why they've
but
started all the GMO programs in the field, like poisoning the food and all that stuff in Africa. Like they're really,
they're doing
really
that everywhere.
not as okay,
It's
fine.
about
But what is
controlling.
their
Like
interest
it's
and what
not. Black people think for some. Okay, listen.
I'm not even
I
claiming I'm
have.
not saying I'm African. I'm just
I know.
calling
I
it what
know.
it is.
I've already admitted that there is a thumb on the scale. So I'm not trying to say that there isn't. And but
Hmm.
I am trying to say that I don't understand the reason why. And I'm not trying to attribute it to like white supremacy. I think it's something way deeper than that. I think it's something way, it's
I hear
something
you.
that, I think that they keep it about race because it keeps us at each other. But I think that their plans and things go way beyond race. They don't care that the Muslims that they're moving into Europe are brown skinned. If everything was all considered was all reversed, they would still be moving the wrong people into the wrong places because they're trying to change the whole trajectory of the whole country. They don't think in terms of like race like that. They think in terms of slavery and countries and shaping
Okay.
the world.
So then because, okay, even if it says, I agree with you on most of that, what I believe, even like on the most basic, from the most basic stance, that maybe they use black because it's just easier to identify them. So like,
You know, you
that this is
know.
where we put all the people that, like that those are some big numbers. Let's get rid of those people, the ones with whatever. They could be yellow, green, blue. Okay,
Yeah.
it's on the most basic, but that still does put black people in a
Yeah,
particular
like I said, there's a thumb
situation.
on the scale. I'm not saying that
Right.
we're not in the crosshairs, but I'm saying to
But it
attribute
does seem
that
a little.
reason. You want to stop your share?
Well, okay, I was going to play some more though, but should I?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not saying that there's not a thumb on the scale in lots of different ways, but what I'm saying is that it's not on the level that we're seeing, and it's on a different level. It's on a different level. I'm
Okay.
curious about it. I want to know about it. I'm open to understanding it. But their fear of a black planet, I don't buy that.
Well, this is the thing with Black Americans, where Black Americans are very headstrong, loud, we influential, and we are able to sway opinions one way or another. Like, look at Kyrie and when he did the, Hebrew Negroes to Hebrews thing. And now, he has his little fingers in a bunch of like influential mediums like his podcast and whatnot. I hear a lot of people talking about that now. So my thing about Black Americans, like Africans, I think it's resource for the resources, and for Americans, I think it's because they just got it. We need to shut the hell up and let them get on with it. Like it's just
Like,
not.
who needs to shut up and let who get on with what?
We Black Americans, they would like for us to shut the hell up, and so they can get on with their agendas and their plans because we do a lot. We do a lot, and we influence a lot. It would be easier for them if we were out of the way. That's why I want to keep playing some more because he does go through some of the stuff that you and I discuss all the time. You know?
I wonder about that.
Hmm.
Hear you, but I wonder about that because at the same time, we say these powers that be cannot create. They can only,
I-
if they get rid of creation, then what are they left with? Like, how does that make
right.
sense?
I know it's stupid. They're gonna miss us. They're gonna think that they've
They're gonna
created. They
miss
used
us. They,
us
they,
to
they would
train
be
their
seeing.
AI.
It's like
Well, they think that the AI has
I
picked
saw
up
this newspaper
our
article that
essence.
was like, we now have the possibilities to get rid of all mosquitoes, but should we?
What the
And I
fuck?
was like, no, you dumb fucks. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? There's a balance to things.
That's
You see what
exactly
I'm
what is wrong.
saying?
Like,
Like,
of course, there's a
you
balance.
can't you can't just get rid of all the black people on the planet and have everything still run the same. It just doesn't happen. They would be sealing that. It's like cutting off your nose to spite your face.
I agree 1,000%. I don't know if they do though.
There's
If
something at
they,
play, but I just don't think that's it.
I don't know. I think they've given up on Black Americans being the slaves that would be most beneficial to them because we talk too much shit. We go all
This
over
could,
too loud. We too blah, blah, blah. We just do too much.
this could be all ops.
It could be all ops.
Yeah.
It definitely
Excuse me.
could
And
be.
even when you say like we do this, we do that, some of us do.
Right. But
A lot
because
of us
of the
don't.
influence, the loudest ones get the loudest
But a lot
oil
of us
gets the
don't.
oil.
Yeah,
So wait, I wanted to say one more thing, and
it's
that was
like funny.
that
I was just talking. I answered a text, not a text, but a tweet, and I was like, this whole black community thing is a myth. Like, stop playing. Like, we don't all think alike, and most black people did not give Carmelo Anthony money. Yes, a whole lot did, but most of us didn't.
I'm gonna
Same
bring
with
you full
Charlotte,
circle to the Alabama, the
same with Charlotte
Montgomery
Hendricks.
Brawl,
Like
to the
most
Montgomery
white
Brawl.
people did not support her. Many did, but most
Many
of them didn't.
did. But look, I understand what you're saying. There's a lot of Black people I wouldn't kick it with, and there's a lot that I wouldn't consider,
As soon as a
family and
black
all
person
kinfolk
makes it,
and
they get out of
kinfolk.
that place. They
I don't
leave.
like when you start in the middle of my sentences. So
I'm agreeing with you. I didn't start nothing new. I'm agreeing.
yeah, I
I'm,
know.
I'm like,
Okay. But
yeah.
so But I want to still go full circle back to the Montgomery Brawl. That's a small scale
Montgomery Brawl.
example. Yes, when the black dude jumped in the water and swam to go protect his boy, and the other one picked up the chair and all that stuff. The reason why, so this is something that I see in black people, and I'm the same way. Like, I could not get along with you all day, every day. I could hate that bitch with everything in me. But if we're out and the others are around and she gets into something, I get into it. Like, there's still like a camaraderie. That is the black community that I think of in my head when I hear that. I'm not saying that like we all gonna live together and let's go get a compound and be happy and farm and shit.
I'm not going to
I
sit
don't know if it
around
would
and
work.
watch one of my people get
Yeah, there you go.
destroyed. Yeah,
Right,
I
there
see
you
what you're
go.
saying,
Yeah.
but I
And I
didn't know
think they
anybody
know
get
that too.
destroyed.
You get that? You
Yeah,
get
I don't
that?
think that. I
That's why
think
they love, that's why I think the
I
Africans
think
against
that
African
Jewish
American
people
thing is an
understand
op.
that concept, but I
Oh
don't
yeah.
think black people do
They
at all.
don't, black people don't have to understand it. They just live it. It just happens. It's like inherent. But that's why I think that's why I think so strongly
No.
that the Africans against the African Americans thing is an op. It's such a big
think
op
you're
because if
making
there
so
was
many
unity,
generalizations, and it's not African against African Americans. It's people in the United States putting black people in your face so they can say that they're, understand black people, and they're not even black.
it's an
They
op.
it's not, no, it's a thing.
It's a thing. I didn't say that ops aren't are things. It
Yeah.
always happens that
It's
way
like
just
they give you
because
somebody
it has
because they
to.
have dark skin, so they think that so
Mhm.
black people believe they can relate to them. But Barack Obama wasn't black. Ketanji Brown Jackson is not black.
Kamala Harris ain't black.
Yeah, right. These are not black people.
Right.
They have dark skin.
They're not black Americans. And
Yeah.
I would argue, and I stand by this argument, that there's nothing more American than being black, than being a black American. There is nothing. As far as the culture goes, as far as
Real
that's what
talk.
it
I
is.
can't argue with that.
Proud
Yeah.
to be black, y'all. But
I can't argue with
anyway,
that. I didn't have nothing to do with it, so I'm not proud of stuff I didn't have nothing to do with.
no, I'm proud of the resilience of and resistance of our people because regardless of what Mr. Aaron says, they have tried to kill us in so many ways, and we have managed like cockroaches to rise up and
I just don't think that that was really their plan, because if that was really their plan, they'd have done it.
well, but even if it's just like there's too many ants on this package of bread, like then yeah, I mean we
Yeah, you
do
get rid of those
procreate.
ants and you let the
The
other ants go.
numbers, huh?
Yeah, but you get rid of those ants, but you don't go hunting ants all over the fucking yard.
Well, you do if you want the fucking yard. Like
No.
also, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yes,
No,
you
I
get
don't see
rid.
what you're saying. Do you
It's like
okay?
that, but just what you said is exactly right. If the ants get into the cookie jar or whatever, you get rid of those cookies, those
Mhm.
ants, and then you keep pushing, but you don't go out into the front yard looking for ants. This is what I'm saying. When
Unless the front yard holds something that you would like and you want to go there and do that also. And you have
you don't go in the front
entitlement to
yard
the
looking
whole
for
wide
ants.
world because you and your
So
bloodline own
I don't
six
know what
million
that is
acres.
all about with the unless, but that's not what people do. All right. So my
Uh,
point is that it's exactly the same way with how they treat populations. There might
mhm.
be a population here that they get tired of, and they'll wipe out that population, but they don't go all over the world trying to find people of that population to wipe them out.
Right. Okay. So this is what I was going to say. You just made me remember. Okay. So I like to preach that it's not about race. Like I do like to preach that at
What's
some
not about
sometimes
race?
it all. Like you know when like
Okay.
when there's yeah something on. It's not about race. It's about them and us. You know the elite versus the people. Whatever. It's not about race. It's about us. You know that they're trying to kill all of us, not just black people. Is what you know. I've gone down that road before too. Then I flip it again and I think, what if it's all about race? Because when you're looking at the Moors and the rule of Spain for 700 years that, you know, they never told us about. And then when we start hearing those stories, they really did prisoners of war try to get rid of them. The slaves, there's a reason why they were all black and
Well, hold
brown.
on. You're jumping around here. What are you jumping from
I'm
into?
going to let me play you something.
Listen, the Moors that used to run the country,
Run what country? You're talking
France,
about no, Spain.
I mean
They
Spain,
ruled Spain. Yeah.
Spain.
They built it and ruled it and taught them people how to bathe.
Right. So do you think that they were all killed, or
No, I don't. I don't. I think they were taken
they
in as
tried to kill
prisoners.
them?
They definitely did, though. They did. They
They
gave them
tried
a
to kill all the Moors?
they did, actually. They actually did.
So how did this work according to your logic? I'm just
Well,
trying
it's not my
to
logic. It's that
no, no, I'm trying to understand. So the Moors are ruling everything, and then just white
I
people just came in and
don't
tried to kill him? and took over?
No. I mean, the conquistadors and the story. I mean, how they took Spain
Yeah, but
back.
now you're skipping time periods.
No, I'm saying,
What
but
I'm
did you?
saying, listen,
No, I'm not skipping time periods. That's how it ended.
okay.
That's how it ended.
Are you talking
But
about us black folks, the Moors, teaching them how to wash and all this kind of stuff,
mhm.
right?
In Europe, yes.
And so you're saying that they taught these people all this stuff and then they just started taking over the towns and
Well,
like what are you
this is
talking about?
the Dark Ages, is what it's called. But
Right. We don't know what happened.
right. But
And for all
I've
we
done
know,
a lot of
Moors are
research
still
on it. It's hard to
for
piece
all
together,
we
but
know,
there's
Moors are still controlling shit behind the scenes.
could be. But I think that they've since intermingled, and that's how a lot of this stuff happened. A lot of the infiltrations happened through marrying people that had ulterior motives and having some dirty
So
Moors in there
Europeans
and
are the only
turning.
ones that understood how to keep a bloodline? Or what are you talking about?
No, but the Moors did a lot of fucking. Haven't you seen True Romance when he says that when Quentin Tarantino writes the part of the
Yeah.
script?
But I'm
Yeah,
not
they
taking
did a
Quentin
lot of
Tarantino
fucking.
movies as, my basis to
Well, we do take
fucking,
a little bit of the movies
yeah.
because we know that
Okay,
there's some
he's
truth
right
in
that
it.
if they were, a lot of people were fucking everywhere, but I get it. But
Well,
if we understand that a lot of the history that we've been taught is fake, when we go back and we try to understand, okay, so if the Moors are so in control that they have to teach these people how to bathe, what happens? When does it happen that it flips that
do you
they're
know how long 700 years is? Like, it was there's a time of great peace, by the way. Like, it wasn't just warring the whole time. Like, everybody was
I'm
living
not saying
together
it's
and they got
warring the
taken
whole
over.
time.
They got,
I'm just
well,
trying to understand how you get taken
they
over.
didn't want, I hear you. I mean, that is a question. Wait,
I
okay.
mean, because they couldn't like if they were fucking a lot, all the kids would be black. So,
Well, they're
but,
olive tone
I
Mediterranean.
don't mean
Okay.
to say
but
this.
you're getting my point, right? Like they couldn't
I
take it
mean,
over
we could
right
go
away.
into this, but this is a longer conversation. I can show
All
you
right, let's
this.
show me this. Show me what you're trying to show me.
I will show you
Full
I
this.
don't
screen.
mean to say this like to be disrespectful, and maybe this is some people are
Full
gonna think this
screen.
sounds dumb, but
Oh.
I feel like there's a deeper reason why, people of color and specifically the Black community have been relentlessly.
You made me own.
I don't mean to say this like to be disrespectful,
Okay.
and
Just say
maybe
that
this
in
is
full
It's
some
screen.
people
TikTok,
are gonna
bro.
think.
It's TikTok, so it's not gonna
Okay.
go full
All
screen.
right.
It sucks, but it is what it is.
I
Okay.
don't mean to say this like to be disrespectful, and maybe this is some people are gonna think this sounds dumb, but I feel like there's a deeper reason why, people of color and specifically the Black community have been relentlessly persecuted. Like, I mean, just the things that happened during slavery alone, like, were insane. But I don't know, the more I learn about Black history and the ways that, people who literally worked in the government, like the CIA, all these different people in power were trying to ruin the Black community. And it makes me think, dude, I feel like, is there something more going on here than just racism? Because it's like, come on, you're telling me you're doing all of this stuff just because you don't like someone's skin color? I feel like, what if, I have this theory that, like, what if Black people have some type of superpower? Like, what if they have, I don't know, if they're just born with something very valuable that we don't really know about, but maybe, like I said, these people, these rich people and these people in power, maybe they figured it out a long time ago, and maybe that's why they were like, oh, we have to like get rid of them, blah blah blah. I don't know, I feel like maybe they have something special that we are not taught about that is linked to them being people of color. And I've seen some Black creators come on here and try to explain how special it is to have melanin in your skin and how it has all these different properties. But I don't know, I just feel like I feel like this, I have this theory that this goes so much deeper than maybe a lot of us realize, because I'm sorry, but I don't think you're gonna go out of your way for all these hundreds and hundreds of years to try to ruin one group of people over something as silly as, oh, their skin is a different color. Like, I feel like there's something that we don't know. I'm telling you, there's something special about them that they don't want us to know. Okay, this is just something that I've been thinking about recently, and I'm like, maybe if there are some Black creators that maybe they already made a video and I just didn't see it, I don't know, but like, I don't know, maybe
Really cute. She's super
Yeah.
cute.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's absolutely right. There
Oh,
is
I'm
something
saying.
about all of this that we do not know, that we do not understand. And that's the only reason that I'm slow to leap to this whole racism debate when it comes to that, because I'm just like, look, there's just too much I don't know.
I just think we're going off of we're basing some of these conversations off of a definition of racism that may not be
It
the
has only existed for the last 20 years, 30 years.
right, and it's an American invention or whatever, that could have all kinds of different meanings, like a lot of these things do. I'm with you there. See, we do
Keep
agree.
me up to date on it, though. Keep me posted if you get some new stuff on it.
I will. I'm going to send you this link too. It's worth watching. I know it's a rough watch, but get through it.
All right.
All right.
All
See you
right. See you
tomorrow.
tomorrow. All
Bye.
right. Bye.